Welcome to the second video of Module 3 or Section 3. In this video, we are going to take a look at resistors and we are actually going to learn types of resistors. We are also going to learn about how resistors work and practically connect it to a board. Now this is really important to learn resistor because in future videos we are going to use IoTs to hack around and you should know the basic of electronics. So these are resistors. We are going to take a look at how these works, what are the types of resistors, and how the color coding works. You can see there are strips or lines on the resistor. We are going to learn about them in this video. Let's start. Let's move forward. The video is divided into 4 parts. First we'll learn resistor, then we are going to learn about color codes and how resistors are marked. We are also going to calculate resistance and then we'll take a look at practical connection that can be done in the breadboard to test the resistor. Let's start with what is a resistor. A resistor is a two-terminal electronic component that opposes the flow of electronic component. A resistor is a two-terminal electronic component that opposes the flow of electric current. So in simple terms, if a current is moving from point A to point B and if there is a resistor in center, it can oppose the flow of current. Now if the resistor is really high, the flow of current can be stopped or you can control the flow of current. It does this by converting the electrical energy into heat energy. So yes, if there is a bigger resistor and the current is bigger, the energy will be converted from electrical energy to heat energy, thus generating heat. And there are two major types of resistors. First is a fixed resistor and then we also have a variable resistor. A fixed resistor have a constant resistance value and the common types of a fixed resistor have a constant resistance value. The common types include carbon film, metal film, and wire wound resistors. Now these resistors are used where a common resistance is required. Whereas a variable resistance, their resistance value can be manually changed. Now variable resistors are used in electronic components where the resistor should change depending on certain rules. And examples include potentiometers, trimmers, and various other tools. If we talk about how resistors work based on the principle of Ohm's law, which states that the voltage across a conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it, with the constant of the proportionality being the resistance. If you want to know more about resistors, I would suggest you to learn Ohm's law. Right now this is an IoT course and thus we won't be focusing more on electronic components. Let's move forward and learn color bands. Resistors actually have bands on them. You don't have to learn the table, but you should know how to read the bands and resistors. Now this information is openly available on the internet, thus understanding is important and not learning it or by hearting it. If you want to know more about the value of resistance or how the resistor is loaded, there are colors on the resistor. Let's take an example over here. There are 4 resistors and each resistor has certain number of bands. We have resistors with 6 bands, resistors with 5 bands, resistors with 4 bands and 3 bands. The resistors are actually read from left to right and the first line is actually the line of the number. Let's take an example and read a resistor. Over here you can see the left is the first digit. If the color of the resistor is yellow, the number is 4. The second digit is the second band. Over here the color of the second digit or the second band is violet, that is 7. The third is the multiplier. A red band basically tells you the multiplier is 100. So we have the number 4700, that is 4700. The fourth band is really important. There are only two colors of fourth band, and the fourth or the last band is tolerance. That is the fluctuation in the current. We have the number 4700, that is 4700, and the last band is gold, that means plus or minus 5%. The tolerance will be plus or minus 5% of the actual value, that was 4700 ohms. So the answer over here is 4700 ohms plus minus 5%. You don't actually have to learn the numbers and the color coding, but it would be a good idea to learn them. But you should actually know the meaning and how it is read for your reference in future. Now let's take a practical look on the resistor and how it works, and let's connect it. This is how the resistors look, and the kit that we have, you can purchase it from our website. The kit, as you can see, has various types of resistors. Each resistor has a different value. If we zoom in a bit, you will notice that it has strips, and the resistor that you are looking at is 5.1 kilo ohms. We'll take a look at the other resistor. As you can see, the resistor over here does not have the value. The kit actually comes with a lot of tools and the board itself and all the components that are required for the course. You will notice a bunch of resistors packed in a kit. You can play around with these resistors. Each resistor has a different value, and you already know how to check the value of the resistor. We are going to use these resistors in our projects in the future videos. So the kit is really important if you want to learn more. Shesha.